Good day, everyone. Uh, Good day, guys. I welcome each and everyone to today's meeting. Without wasting any of our time, we're getting straight to business, right? Without wasting our time, we're getting straight to business. Okay. Please, can you see my screen? If you can see my screen, let me see your comment. If you can see my screen, let me see your comment. If you can see my screen, let me see your comment, guys. If you can see my screen, Godspeed, active, 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 as usual. Active. That's the thing, man. Consistency. Always showing up, yeah. Okay, let's get straight to business. Without wasting any of our time, let's get straight to business. So we're starting a new series, just like the name is described. Trade XAUUSD like a pro. 01. So this is going to be like possibly a 10 series or 20 series, depending on the energy, right? Depending on the energy, guys. Depending on the energy. So let's see how it goes. Godspeed. And for everyone watching this, I promise you this is going to be value packed. This is going to be value packed because I'm going to be teaching every simple thing that I've seen, I've known, I've learned, right? From the charts. I'm going to be teaching everything live with you guys. So if you're on this call, endeavor to give a like to this video, endeavor to comment, endeavor to participate, and let's get lit together, right? Let's get lit together. So I welcome each and everyone to today's meeting. Endeavor to like this video, endeavor to like this live session, so YouTube will recommend it to more people. And I promise you, this is going to be a very valuable. So don't miss any part of this video to the end. I'm going to be breaking these charts from the beginning chart down, right? From the complex aspects to the very, I'm going to be breaking it to the beats for you guys. I'm going to be breaking it into beats for you guys, and we're going to be driving signals for tomorrow as well from this class, from this live section, right? So let's get straight to business. Just like the name inscribed, trade XAUUSD like a pro. Actually giving us that's actually giving us the basic idea of why we are here, and we're going to be focusing our attention on uh, some other complex area. So if you have any other question, if you have any question, stay prepared, get your notes because I'm going to be exposing a lot of things that you have to train your eyes to be able to see. Just like the very first time we look at the chart as beginners, right? We basically have no clue of what is going on the chart. Just everything looks complex, everything looks rigid, very tough. You're like, why did this one behave this way? Why is this candlestick here? Why is this one jumping this to this particular area? I'm going to be breaking everything down, right? And we're going to be projecting what we are expecting God to do for this week, right? So stay active and endeavor to like this video if you're on this call, endeavor to like this live section. So let's get straight to business. What's happening currently on gold, right? What's happening currently on gold? What is happening currently on gold? We can see a lot of bull run on gold, and gold has been very bullish, strongly bullish until Friday when we had this massive push to the downside, until Friday when we had this massive pull to the downside. But that's the joy as a forex trader, right? That's the joy as a forex trader. What's the joy? We can trade both the ups and downs of the trend. We can trade both the up and downs of the market, right? So we're not scared whether the market is going to the top side. We're not scared whether it's going to the downside. What's basically our responsibility? Our responsibility is just to do what? Make ourselves available on the chart. Once we get our printout and we get what we expect from the chart, what do? We maximize our opportunity from it. And you can see last week on the Telegram channel, we are able to secure about 722 pips, right? If I'm not wrong. Anyone can correct me in the comment section if I'm right. Right? Over 700 pips. We're able to secure over 700 pips on Telegram with the signals that I was able to drop on Telegram last week. So let's get straight to business, and hopefully this week, by God's grace, we'll be able to do way better. Right? Let's get straight to business. So what is God saying? What is God saying? What is God saying? That should be the first question on our mind. What is God saying? Right? What is God saying? And what are we basically expecting from God? What printouts Okay, somebody just responded. They said 740 pips. Good, 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 good. You're active. Exactly. Evidences, right? So, what is good saying for this week? Let's go to us. Just like we're basically going to be using the approach we'll be using in analyzing this market is basically what price action, pure price action. I use pure price action in my trading. I use pure price action, understanding the interaction between the buyers and the sellers, right? Market structure, and I can tell you that pure price action strategy works like fire. No strategy works 100%, right? No strategy works 100%. But pure price action strategy, which is market structure, right, works like fire. You just need to be able to understand the interaction between the buyers and the sellers and be able to mark out significant zones where the big boys are actually resting in the market, where the money is, right? Where the big motion are at in the market, right? That's our basic responsibility as forex traders. So we're basically going to be doing that, and we're going to be using market structure as the basis of our analysis, and we're going to be deriving good signals for this week as well. So we're actually being vigilant, active, right, on the chart, and we're basically just watching out for whatever printout we get on the chart. So right here on the daily time frame, I'm on the daily time frame. What can you see? We had this massive consolidation that happened on gold from the from April, between April to when, to August, where we had this massive consolidation. Imagine from April to August, and from August, what has been happening? Been having a very very serious bull run, very very massive bull run on gold. Been having a very very massive bull run on gold. Been having a massive bull run on gold, and we've been taking advantage of all these runs, right? We've been taking advantage of all these runs. So on the daily time frame, what can we see on daily time frame on gold? We can basically see that what gold is still strongly bullish. Gold is strongly bullish on the daily time frame, right? Based off what we can see right here. Now let's go down to the 4 hours time frame, just like we do, right? Let's go down to the 4 hours time frame. And what are we looking at on the 4 hours time frame? We're basically looking at what is happening currently in the market as well. Now, when it comes to market structure trading, when you are trading pure price action, what do you do? What should be at the back of your mind? What should basically be at the back of your mind is what? You should be able to move in between time frame, multi-time frame analysis. Yeah. When you are doing your analysis, you should be able to move between multiple time frames. And you have to start from the higher time frame. Starting from the higher time frame, give you the overview of what where the major move are in the market, right? It's giving you the overview of where the major moves are in the market. And you're basically just what? You're basically calm. You're calm. We are calm, and what? Watching out for those moves, watching out for reactions at those zones, and so that we can be able to do what? Make the most use of those opportunities, right? Make the most use of those opportunities. And one thing I want you to actually pay attention to as well as forex trader is that what? We need to be objective. We need to be very, very objective. Don't be rigid in your analysis. Be objective. Be objective and be open-minded. Be open to whatever the market is going to do, right? Be open to whatever the market is going to do, right? Do you understand what I'm saying now? So that should be our main goal as forex trader, and we're actually being calm to catching these big moves. So multi-time frame analysis, right? We've gone to the daily time frame. We've been able to see what's going on the daily time frame, what's happening on this 4 hours time frame as well. Now on the 4 hours time frame, let's try to explain the interaction between the buyers and the sellers on the 4 hours time frame right now. Let's try to explain the interaction between the buyers and the sellers, right? Using market structure, right? We had this high, we had some corrections, right? We had this new higher high, we had some correction, we had this new higher high in the market, we had this correction that is happening right here, right? What's happening? If market fails to give us, market is basically correcting, right? Market is basically correcting. But now, if markets correct at this level and it breaks below this level, what's that basically telling us? That's basically telling us that what? Market is trying to change the structure. The structure is changing into being what? bearish. Now, if you go down to the 1 hour time frame, you see that market has already changed the structure into being bearish already. If you go down to the 1 hour time frame, let's do that together, guys. So on the 4 hours time frame, before going to the 1 hour time frame, right? On the 4 hours time frame, I will always tell you guys, what do we do on the 4 hours time frame? We try to mark out our zones. On the 4 hours time frame, we try to mark out our significant zones. We try to mark out our significant zones. And what, like I will always say, marking out significant zones on the 4 hours on the higher time frame, what significance does it have on our trading? Marking out zones on the higher time frame, what significance does it have on our trading? Those zones are not just there. Those zones are the resting place of buyers and sellers. Mark my words now. Zones on the higher time frame, zones on the higher time frame, zones on the higher time frame, zones on the higher time frame are the resting place. They are the resting place of the buyers and the sellers. Not just buyers and sellers, strong buyers and sellers. They are the resting place of strong buyers and sellers, right? The resting place of strong buyers and sellers. Those ones are not just there. Those are zones that really move the market. Those are zones that anytime markets come into those zones, what happens? You see massive reaction. That's why you wonder sometimes market touch a particular zone, you just see a spike happen immediately. That's simply because there are a lot of positions resting at those zones. There are a lot of positions resting at those zones. There are a lot of pending orders of the real market movers resting at those levels. There are a lot of pending orders resting at those levels that the big buyers are there or the big sellers are at those zones. And that really move the market. They are what? The financial institutions move the market as well. The people that have the big money to actually trade, right? They actually do move this market, right? Now let's try to mark out zones on this higher time frame. We're on the 4 hours time frame, right? Let's try to mark out our zone on this higher time frame. What significant zone can we see on the higher time frame? We have this zone right here. I want you guys to also communicate on the comment section, right? I want you guys to communicate in the comment section as well. I want us to interact. I want us to interact section. Now we have this significant zone. We have this significant zone right here. Anytime gold comes into this zone, we are definitely going to be seeing some reactions, right? Yes or yes? I want to see your comments. Yes or yes? Anytime gold comes to this zone, gold comes to this zone right here. This zone that we have marked up right here. We are definitely going to be seeing some reaction because this is a significant double resistance level, right? This is a significant resistance level on the higher time frame. And this is not just any other time frame. This is the 4 hours time frame. So anytime gold comes to this level, we are definitely going to be seeing some reaction. So we've been able to mark out one recent zone, right? Let's mark out another recent zone. Let's mark out another recent zone. You just need to mark out at least 3 recent zones and be able to trade off those zones, right? So that's all you need to do. You don't need to start marking out thousands of zones on your chart. You just need to be able to mark out what? The recent ones that are really, really recent and they are what? And they are strong on the higher time frame. They are significant on the higher time frame. Now we have another zone right here. We have this mini resistance level right here as well. Can you see? Can you see? Can you see what happened with this resistance level? Can somebody see what's happening with this resistance level? We have this resistance level right here. We have this significant resistance level right here. Let's use our rectangle. We have this significant resistance level right here. And what happened? Immediately market came into that resistance level. Can you see the reaction the market, even with the way market was spiking down massively to the downside, immediately it touched this zone? What happened? Can you see this massive spike? This massive spike alone is about 600 pips, right? It's about 600 pips. This massive spike alone is about 600 pips, meaning that this zone is also what? Significant. Meaning that this zone is also significant. Yeah, exactly. Murphy is saying a rejection. Exactly. There was a rejection from that level. But that doesn't mean that what? That doesn't mean that the market might not sell again. But we're basically just marking out this zone and we're going to be trading off them. We're going to be trading off them this week, right? We're going to be trading off these zones this week. Now let's go down to the 1 hour time frame and see what's happening in real time. Let's see what's happening in real time. Can you see? Can you see how that zone looks like? Can you see how that zone looks like? Can you see how that zone looks like? So now on the 1 hour time frame, what is basically happening on gold on the 1 hour time frame? What's basically happening on gold on the 1 hour time frame? Very, very simple stuff. Very, very simple and straightforward. What is happening on gold on the 1 hour time frame? Now, before explaining what is majorly happening on gold on the 1 hour time frame, I need us to do something, right? I need us to do something. I need us to be able to identify the higher highs and the higher lows that we have in this market, giving us a basic understanding of what market structure in order to be able to do what project where we are expecting our next momentum, where our next momentum we actually head, right? Now let's start together, guys. We have this eye, market created this eye, right? Let me try to increase the opacity of this, and I want us to do this together. Now market created the eye, right? Okay, market created the high, right? There were some corrections. Market created a new higher high, right? And what happened? What do we call this level right here? What do we call this level right here? An higher low, right? Are you guys communicating? An higher low. Now market created a new higher high, created a new low, right? Market created a new higher high, created a new lower high. Market was supposed to create a new higher high, right? In order to continue the bull run, in order to continue the bullish trend. But what happened? Market failed to create a new higher high. And what happened? Instead of creating market do, market created a new lower high. Market created a new lower high. This level, this small peep, right? This small movement right here, this small momentum move right here is a new lower high, right? What happened? Market could have still continued being bullish, right? Market failed to break this level to the top side. And what happened? What do we see happen right here? Strong momentum to the downside. It came to this level, retested this level, right? And gave this continuous momentum to the downside. Now, right? Are we together? Basically happening with what we are here. What's basically happening? What ideology is this basically giving us? What ideology is this basically giving us? This is basically just telling us that what the sellers are trying to come into this market. The sellers are now in the market. The sellers are now in the market and they're trying their possible means to do what? To push price lower. They're trying all possible means to push price lower. They're trying all their possible means to push price lower. Now to identify and understand exactly the structure is changing. Nice, nice. Enam is saying the structure is changing. The structure is actually changing, and that's very, very clear, right? And now do we know that the structure is changing? We've been having series of highs, higher highs and lower highs, and now what happened? Market is no longer giving us a new higher high, and now market is giving us a new lower high and lower lows, right? Market is giving us new lower highs and lower lows instead of continuing these higher highs and higher lows. Now market is changing the structure and giving us new lower highs and new lower lows. Now this is basically telling us that what gold is currently what bearish. Gold is currently what bearish. Only if and only if gold break a significant resistance level, that's when we know that what gold is going to continue being bullish again. But now at this moment, gold is what the mini structure that we have right here is telling us that what gold is bearish, right? Looking at this market structure, this is just basically pure price action, explaining the interaction between the buyers and the sellers and understanding who is currently in control of the market, right? And we've been able to identify that. Now, on the 1 hour time frame, let's try to mark out our zone, our decision zone, our point of interest, right? Let's try to mark out our point of interest where we are expecting reactions from in the market. Now, see this double top that market created in this level right here. It gave us a pattern, it gave us some kind of pattern, gave us a retest at that level, and what? Spike to the downside. Now, let's try to mark out some significant zones, recent zones right here on gold. Let's try to mark out some significant zones right here on gold together, right? We have this level. This is a significant resistance level, right? This is a significant resistance level. Are you with me? This is a significant resistance level as well, right? This is a significant resistance level as well. This level right here is a significant resistance level as well. Let me remove this one, right? Let me mark out the major ones. right? Are you guys? Are we together, guys? Are we together? We have another level right here as well. We have another level right here as well, right? We have another level right here as well. Now, in order for the bearish trend to continue, what does the market need to do in order for the bearish trend to continue? Let me see that in the comment section. In order for the bearish trend to continue, what does the market need to do? Let me see your opinion. Let me see your opinion. In order for the bearish trend to continue, what does the market need to do in this market scenario? In order for the bearish trend to continue, what does the market need to do in this? What do we need to see in this market scenario in order for the bearish trend to continue? What do we need to see? Now, market is correcting, right? And we know what makes up a bearish trend. For a bearish trend to continue, we need to see what a small correction must occur. Yeah, the correction is occurring now. Exactly, Murphy. God bless you. Murphy is saying it has to create a new lower low, right? It has to create a new lower low, definitely. It has to create a new lower low for us to be certain that what this bearish trend is now strong. For us to be certain that this bearish trend is now strong and this bearish trend is going to hold for a while, it needs to create a new lower low, right? And we're actually being what? Patient. We're actually being very, very patient. Now, what is happening currently on gold? Gold gave this momentum, right? Up to this level. It's correcting, right? It's correcting. Gold might come up to this level or come up to this level, right? Or come up to this level right here and keep on selling. If it sells below this level, then it means what? Gold is still strongly bearish and is maintaining the new structure of being bearish, right? And we might see gold falling. If it falls below this level, then what? Gold is now strongly bearish, and what? We're actually going to be secure, securing good opportunities as regard the sales, right? We're going to be securing good opportunities as regard the sales. But what do we need to do right now? What is gold basically doing right now? We are holding this level strong. We are holding this level strong. This level right here. We are holding this level right here strong, right? We're holding this level right here strong. And we're basically just doing what? Now, what are we saying on gold? We're basically going to see something like this. Gold is going to correct up to this level and do what? We'll be looking to sell gold back into this level right here. This level that it has created right here. That's the only thing that can that's one of the things that can happen for this bearish trend to continue, right? That's the only thing that can happen for this bearish trend to continue. Now we have this level marked out. This is going to be our target. This level right here is going to be our target. This is going to be our target for the sales. This is going to be our first target for the sales, right? This is going to be our first target for the sales. Now, how do we know? Why are we actually looking for the sell? Why are we looking for the sell? Basically, because what? Market gave us a push. Market gave us a push to the downside by breaking a significant support level. Now, this was markets pushed below this level, retested this level. This level became a support, right? Market broke this level. This level became what? A resistance level, right? And now market has broken this level to the downside. Market has broken this level to the downside, right? Market has broken this level to the downside. It's correcting now. All of these things that we're seeing now are just pullbacks. They are basically what? Pullbacks. But depending on the reaction that market give us in this zone, that will be the basis. That will be the basic of our decision. That will be the basis of our decision making, right? Whatever market does in this zone, if we get a rejection in this zone right here, right, for the downside, and we see some kind of like confirmation, we see a bearish, we see a strong bearish momentum candlestick in this level. Then what do? We enter for the sell and we make this level our new target, right? Do you understand, guys? Are we flowing? Are we actually flowing together? Do you understand what I'm saying right now? Do you understand what I'm saying right now? Let me see your comments. If you're actually feeling what I'm saying right now, if we are saying the same thing, let me see your comments. Let me see your comments. So we are basically just being calm for the reaction at that zone for our decision making, right? Exactly. Murphy is saying yes. Exactly. So we are basically being calm to see the reaction that we get at this zone. Now, that's our first scenario, right? That's our first scenario for this sell to continue. We need to see a new lower low, right? We need to see a new lower low. We need to see a new lower low, meaning that the possibilities of this happening on gold is very, very strong, right? The possibility of this happening on gold is very, very strong, very, very strong. And what do? We keep our stop loss above that zone. Above that zone is very, very high though. We need to go to the lower time frame. We'll go to the lower time frame to get our stop loss. Understood? Exactly. And now you're active. Exactly. Please, 1 minute to drink water. Exactly, guys. I don't know if you actually understand the concept. So all that is happening right now on gold are just what? Corrections. We're basically seeing corrections right now. Those things we are seeing right now are what? They are corrections. Gold is currently correcting unless fails to give us a new lower low. And it's possible for us to see what? The correction not happening up to this level right here. That's why we need to be vigilant and just be active on chart. The correction might not happen up to this level. We might see the correction happening up to this level and what? Giving us a new lower low. But the bearish trend is only going to be confirmed if market gives us a new lower low. Just like I told you guys. The market needs to give us a new lower low for the bearish trend to continue. You know what makes up a bearish trend, right? A lower high and lower lows, series of lower highs and lower lows. We're actually being patient, and this is my expectation on gold. This is my expectation on gold. So gold needs to give us a new lower low, right? Gold needs to give us a new lower low uh in order for this bearish trend to continue. So I think that's actually. But what happens? Do you have any question regarding this gold? Now, you might be asking this question that what happens if gold break this level? You stay calm. You stay calm. We stay calm, right? We stay calm and watch out for the reaction. Market will always tell us what it wants to do. It will always give indications. It will always give signs. It will always give signs of what it wants to do, right? Market will always give signs of what it actually wants to do. And what do we need to do? We need to just be very what? Calm. We need to be calm. We only need to be what? Calm enough to identify those things. So do you understand this good analysis now? Do you guys understand this good analysis now? Do you understand this good analysis now? Do you understand this good analysis now? So we're actually being calm and watching out for the printout on gold. Calm and watching out for the printout of gold. Now, market might not reject up to this level, like I said. Market might not reject up to this level, like I said, but we just need to do what? Monitor what is going to happen. We just need to monitor what is going to happen. Now, which other currency pair do you want me to analyze? Which other currency pair do you want us to look into together? Earlier this morning, I sent an opportunity on the group. I sent I sent a message on the group that BTC was going to buy. If you were you able to open on the buy on BTC, there was no rejection at all. So it just kept buying for a while. So it just kept buying for a while. Which other guys? Which other currency pair do you want us to look in? Which other currency pair do you want us to look into together? Which other currency pair will go off? Okay, and I'm saying Nasdaq. Yeah, let's check out Nasdaq. Let's check out Nasdaq. Right? Let's check out Nasdaq. So for Nasdaq on Friday, we're only able to get 150 pips. Nasdaq currently is doing some crazy consolidations. Currently is doing some massive consolidations. So let me open Nasdaq, and that was mainly due to the uh that was mainly due to the what's it called? That was mainly due to the Trump and China discussion and led to this massive spike. So since then, Nasdaq has just been doing more validations basically. So if you are going to trade Nasdaq as of last week, they were going to be mini trends, maybe few 150 pips, you're out, this and that for Nasdaq. So let's check out what's happening currently on Nasdaq. Let's go back to the daily time frame and let's analyze these charts together. Let's check out this chart together. What's happening on Nasdaq? What's happening on Nasdaq? Nasdaq is still Nasdaq is still more on the buys, right? On the daily time frame. Are we together? Nasdaq is more on the buys on the daily time frame. We had this resistance level, right? We had this reversal. We had this new higher high, lower high, right? New higher high. Market created this low, right? Market is making corrections. In order for it to continue being bearish, it's supposed to give us a new lower low. But what happened? It failed to give us a new lower low. So it's showing more strength on being bullish. Nasdaq is actually showing more strength on being bullish on the daily time frame. But looking at this spike, you might be looking at the fact that market has to come to fill that gap, right? But that doesn't happen every time. That doesn't happen every time. So let's check out Nasdaq. So can you see what's basically happening? Nasdaq hasn't been trading properly. Nasdaq hasn't been trading properly for a week now. After this massive spike, Nasdaq hasn't been trading properly. But now let's try to mark out our significant zones on Nasdaq, right? And we should be able to get good signals from there. Let's try to mark out significant zones on Nasdaq. Crazy. I didn't even see this. I seriously didn't see this. Nice. So let's try to mark out our significant zones on Nasdaq. So we have this level right here. This is a very, very significant zone that has been holding strong. Nasdaq. That's a significant zone that's been holding strong, very, very strong on Nasdaq, right? That's a significant zone that's been holding strong on Nasdaq. That's a significant zone that's been holding strong on Nasdaq. Now let's try to break these charts down using market structure, right? Using market structure, right? Market gave this push to the downside after some very, very bull run, right? Some corrections happened. Market gave this bearish move. Corrections happened, right? After this correction, market was supposed to give us a new lower low, right? Are you guys with me? Market was supposed to give us a new lower low. But what happened instead? Market failed to give us a new lower low and gave us this lower high. After this lower high, it gave us a mini higher high that had just few pips above the previous one. Gave us a new higher high, gave us a new lower high, right? Gave us a new higher high as well. Give us a new lower low, right? Give us a new lower low. It's broke below the previous one, right? And what happened? Correction was supposed to come to this previous lower low and continue to the downside. But instead, what happened? The market is breaking above this significant zone that we have marked up right here. So basically, my view for Nasdaq is strongly on the buys at the moment. My view for Nasdaq is strongly on the buys at the moment. And just using let's apply our inverse neckline strategy on Nasdaq right here. If you see on Nasdaq right here, we have some, and we also have this zone right here. We have this neckline M pattern right here. These are the two zones that I'm holding strong and watching for Nasdaq. These are the two zones I'm watching strong for Nasdaq. Now, let's apply our inverse neckline strategy for Nasdaq. If you see right here, we have this kind of not so balanced, but mini M pattern, right? So we have to apply our inverse neckline strategy. A retest was supposed to happen from this level and continue to the downside. Do you guys agree with me? A retest was supposed to happen at this level and continue to the downside. Mini sell that we had that was only able to give us 150 pips on Friday. A retest was supposed to happen at this M pattern neckline, but it didn't happen, right? Now, market broke above this level, and just like my inverse neckline strategy says, after a break above that kind of level, what happens? We see a retest inverse. We see an inverse retest, right? So expecting an inverse retest at this level, you can see some kind of corrections happening. And what do? We buy. We buy and we target this high. Now, we are basically deriving this signal using the inverse neckline strategy. I don't know if you guys can actually understand what I'm saying right now. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Let me see your comments. Let me see your comment. Let me see your comment. Do you guys understand what I'm saying right here? See your comment. Do you guys understand this analysis right now? Understand this analysis, this inverse neckline analysis for Nasdaq. Do you guys understand this inverse neckline analysis for Nasdaq? Do you understand this inverse neckline analysis for Nasdaq? I want to know your view. Do you guys understand this inverse neckline analysis for Nasdaq? Exactly. It was supposed to give a retest at that M pattern, right? It was M pattern level. But what happened? It got broken to the top side, right? It's got broken to the top side. Now we're going to be expecting a retest inversely at this neckline level. We're going to be expecting a retest inversely. Now let me reduce this. We're going to be expecting a retest inversely at this neckline level for the basis of our decision making. So for Nasdaq, I'm eye on the buys. For Nasdaq, I'm eye on the buys for Nasdaq. I'm eye on the buys for Nasdaq. So we're going to be calm and waiting for a retest to happen on this to happen for Nasdaq. Let me maintain this 4 hours stuff. So this is my basic projection for Nasdaq, and we're targeting what? We're targeting 400 pips, right? We're targeting 400 pips. We're targeting 400 pips. We're targeting this high. So we're targeting 400 pips, and we're risking just about 69. Let me say 70. So we're risking just 70 pips. So I think that will be all for now, guys. I think that will be all for now. I hope you've been able to gain value from this video. I hope you've been able to gain value from this video. If you've been able to gain value, share this channel with your friends. Let me see your comment. If you have any question, let me see your question before we go off. If you have any question, let me see your question before we go off. We are going off in 4 minutes time. So let me see your question. How was the analysis? Do you guys understand the whole concept? How was this class? Are you open to join the remaining sections? Right? Let me know. Let me know your view. Let me know your view in the comment section, guys. Let me know your view in the comment section. I want to hear from you. Right? I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear from you guys. So 3 minutes to listen to you guys before we go off. 3 minutes to listen to you guys before we go off. So endeavor to join. This is going to be value packed. Every section we are going to be on this series, on this trade XAUUSD like a pro series. Every section is going to be value packed. So I want to know your view on this day one. I want to know your view on this day one. How was the live section? I want to know your view on this day one. Let me know your view on this day one of this trade XAUUSD like a process. Let me know your view. How was it? Let me know your view, guys. I want to hear from you. Let me know your view. Let me know your view. Were you able to gain value from this class? If you're on this live call and you want to like this video, that's the least support you can actually do. I appreciate you for your time, for joining. I hope you guys can. Very, very understandable section. Somebody saying very, very understandable section. Can't wait to see the result of the analysis in a few hours. Sharp, 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 active, 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 active. So the day one, we're able to get good comments, right? I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear from the rest as well. It's a very understandable section. Can't wait to see the result of the analysis in few hours. Right, right. So Nasdaq, we're able to see Nasdaq. We're basically watching out for this on Nasdaq. Appreciate Murphy. Murphy saying very clear and fully stacked. Exactly, man. As always, very clear and fully stacked. Right? Very clear and fully stacked. Nice, 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 nice. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys. As long as we keep showing up consistently, right? As long as we keep showing up consistently, Lambo is just by it's just by the door, right? We're getting there. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. As long as we keep showing up, the energy is up, we're actually consistent, and we're just doing our best each and every day. We turn up every day. A drop of water makes a river, right? So don't forget for gold, like I said, we're basically watching out for this on gold, but we are not being rigid. Just like I said again, don't be rigid on your analysis. Just be objective. Be objective and watch out. Watch out for the play out around your zones. Watch out for the market play out around your zones, right? Watch out for the market play out around your zones. That's all. That's all. So we're not being rigid on this. We're basically that we're looking for sales now. Doesn't mean that tomorrow I might send a signal. Doesn't mean you shouldn't be surprised tomorrow if I send a signal you're seeing buy. Just two. Exactly. That's all. That means market has printed a new structure that we need to do what? Adjust to. But currently, this is what we are saying, right? Currently, this is what we are saying. So we just need to do what? Stay in the flow. Have this at the back of your mind, guys. And let's maintain this all through this week. Flow. Stay in the flow. KSFX. So don't forget, this is the goal. Always stay in the flow. 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 Don't be rigid. Be objective, right? Be objective. Be objective with your analysis. Don't be rigid, right? Don't be rigid. Godspeed this week. We'll be able to do bigger results. We'll be able to pull out bigger results, right? We'll be able to pull out bigger results this week, right? We'll be able to bigger results this week. So just need to be calm as usual. We need to be calm as usual and be right. We need to be able to make the most of this, right? So that will be all for now, guys. See you guys on Telegram and endeavor to follow up on Telegram. Send reactions. Your reactions are energy. The reactions are energies, right? Stay active on Telegram, guys. Stay active. Let's double our results. Let's double our last week results. Last week we over 700 pips, right? And we lost only about I think 120 or so, right? So just stay active, guys. Endeavor to always send reactions on Telegram. Share this link with your friends, family. Tell them to watch this video. Like, right? Let's all learn together. Basically, let's learn together. And this is just me just sharing my idea. And just with the strategy that I created, we've been able to draw up an analysis on Nasdaq. And let's watch out for the play out of this Nasdaq, especially, right? And gold as well. And if you are being patient enough, gold will always give you an opportunity to trade every blessed day. And you guys can testify to that, right? Can you guys testify to that? Almost every day on Telegram, we'll get a good signal, right? Almost every day, we'll get a good signal on Telegram with gold, right? So that will be all for now, guys. Have a good one. And I wish us all a profitable and successful trading week this week by God's grace. Peace and love. Non-stop Forex, all right? Bye, guys.